Hello, my name is Clare Sudbery and I am a lead software engineer with Made Tech. Made Tech are a consultancy, which means that instead of making our own software, we help other people make theirs. So what do I mean by software? Well, it could be anything. Often it's websites and often it's mobile apps. And we work only with the public sector, so that means government and councils basically. So we're helping them to build their websites and make their apps. So the kind of thing you might use to report that your bins need collecting or to log a COVID test result. I'm a lead engineer, and that means that I lead teams of engineers to help sure that they have everything they need to make great software. And sometimes I make that software with them or show them how to make software. But I'm a little bit unusual because although my job title is lead engineer, at the moment I have mostly been working on two things. I've been making a podcast, which is all about how to make good software. And I've also been preparing teaching materials so that I can help teach our next academy program, which is a kind of like a college program for junior software engineers to learn more about software engineering. My daily routine tends to be that I get out of bed really late. I have a long breakfast and then I go for a walk around the block, and then I come back here because I'm working from home. Here in my attic, this is my office. So I tend to get to my desk about 11 o'clock. I tend to get out of bed about 9 o'clock. I'm naturally an owl. I naturally stay up late in the evenings and get up late in the mornings. That's how my body works, and that works best for me. And luckily I can do that with my job. And the first thing I might do is answer some emails, answer some Slack messages. And then during the day, I tend to have quite a lot of Zoom meetings, talking to lots of different people about lots of different things. Some of the time I might be recording podcast interviews with new guests. And then I have to edit the interviews and I have to publish them and I have to market them. So I have to let people know that they're there. And all of that takes a surprising amount of time. During the day, I tend to take quite long breaks. I'll take a long break for lunch when I'll do the crossword. Sometimes I sit down and watch Netflix. Sometimes I go for a walk or go and sit in the garden for a bit, because all of those things help me to stay happy and healthy. I mentioned before, I'm naturally an owl, so I will typically stay up late, and I'll quite often, because I've taken lots of long breaks during the day, I'll quite often return to my desk and do more work in the evening. So it's up to me what hours I work. I don't have to work in the evening, but that works better for me. What would I like to do in the future? Well, I'd quite like to go freelance. So instead of working for a company, that would mean that I'm working for myself. Maybe, but I'm not sure. I also really like working for Made Tech. So I'm not really sure what the future holds. Even though I'm now 51 years old and I've been in this industry for 21 years, I still don't really know what I want to do. Which is one of the great things I know about that I like about this industry, is that there's so many different things that you can do. I definitely like to do more teaching. I definitely like to do more podcasting. At the moment, the podcast that I make is Made Tech's podcast. I quite like the idea of having my own podcast. But then again, I really like making Made Tech's podcast as well. So who knows? Advice I would give to anybody who would like to join this industry, I would say, first of all, find what you're interested in, which might be nothing to do with software engineering. It might be knitting, it might be playing computer games, it might be skiing, who knows. But whatever you're interested in, see if you can make an app or a site that's about that thing that you're interested in. And play with it, experiment, explore, try different things. Do it for fun. You can always, there's a lot of resources online that you can use to help learn how to make apps and sites. And there are lots of communities as well. So there are lots of people that will help you, either online or at physical meetups, which are starting to happen again now that we're coming out of lockdown. And my biggest piece of advice would be, don't worry about how much you know. Everybody in this industry has massive gaps in their knowledge. Nobody knows everything, and that is absolutely fine.